Hi guys, welcome to my channel. I'm dasylviaonu.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am dasylviaonu, a Nigerian YouTuber living in Onitsha. If this is your first time tuning in, thank you so much. Thank you. So please do not make it your last. I'm begging you, don't make it your last, okay? Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and hit the notification bell so you'll be notified anytime I post a new video. To my returning subscribers, thank you. You guys are the best. I love you guys. So on this episode, we'll be talking about my journey with infertility, secondary infertility. So if you are new here, I have a daughter. She is 8 years old and whew, I want more. Yeah, I wanted to have 4 kids, but after considering the situation of Nigeria, I decided to leave it at 3. I don't even know if I'm going to leave it at 3, but for now I decided to leave it at 3. So I only have 1. It's still remaining 2, and we've not been able to get pregnant for over 5 years because I started trying 5 years ago. It's been over 5 years, but let me just put it 5 years ago, and it has not happened. It's been terrible, honestly. I've seen myself crying a lot of times, thinking, praying, doing a lot of things, but I have not considered IVF yet. And in this video, I'll be talking about my reason why I've not considered IVF after trying for over 5 years, IVF being a sin, and so many other things concerning IVF that made me not consider it till this moment, and reason why I may not consider it, or I may not even need it at all. So we are going to be discussing all that in this video. So if this is something you want to watch, in fact you must watch it because this is actually going to be interesting. My last video was about how I feel whenever somebody announces their pregnancy, and I want to thank you guys for coming through because I said I needed a lot of comments. I needed to hear words of encouragement, and a lot of you came through with that. That means a lot to me, honestly. That actually means a lot. I am so happy that so many of you came in to tell me that and tell me a lot of things, encourage me. Your comments actually made me whole. Like when I made that video, I know most of you wouldn't understand because I wasn't shedding tears. You know, some of you are going to take it serious when you see me shedding tears, seriously, but those of you that understood me and sent me those comments, just know that I don't joke with you guys. That's why I would always come out here to talk to you, because your comments would keep me going for a very long time. Thank you for taking me out of that place that I was in when I made that video. I honestly appreciate you guys. And to those of you who thought it was wise to drop insensitive comments in that kind of video, I don't know what I'm supposed to say to you guys. I don't understand the kind of world we are living in. Why are people so mean? Somebody went to the extent of telling me that what if God wants me to have only 1 child? That one was very painful. Honestly, I'm going to say this here. That one was very painful. Are you using your brain at all? I don't just understand you people. You keep claiming that you know God, but you don't know anything about Him. You just want to justify your stupidity sometimes. That got me angry, but that is not why we are here on IVF being a sin, okay? So I'm going to tell this story. For those of you who don't know, I grew up in Onitsha here. Yes, they gave birth to me in Onitsha, and I grew up here. I've lived almost all my life in Onitsha, apart from when I traveled to Europe and I spent 2 years away from Onitsha. Then I spent 1 year when I newly got married. My husband was living in Asaba. I didn't want to marry anybody living in Onitsha, so I married a man living in Asaba. I actually forced him to move here. That will be a story for another day, okay? So out of almost 30 years, I only spent 3 years away from Onitsha. So I went to the market. I still go to the market that is close to where I was raised. You know, once you know everything about a particular market, it's hard for you to adjust and move to other places. So even if I'm living at this place, I still go back to my former street. That is where I do shop for almost everything. So I went to the market one certain day and I met one woman who lives in my street, my former street, and the woman was like, hey, see, you are now fat, all this, I know you must have had like 4 children. I've been married for almost 10 years now. My 10th anniversary is this October. So the woman saw me, you are now fat, you've been married for almost 10 years, I know you must have had like 4 kids now. I smiled. That's a nosy question, yeah, but you know, in Africa we take anything. Okay, so I smiled and I said no, just one. And she was like, you had your first child immediately after you got married. That's a long time. Why now? What are you waiting for? You don't want to have other kids? And I was like, no, they're not coming, but I'm going to have other kids. The woman was like, hey, what are you doing about it? I hope you are going to hospitals. I said, yes, we've gone, we've checked everything we are supposed to check. And the woman was like, that means you need to pray, you need to go and start looking for spiritual solutions. You guys, you know, everything in Nigeria, let me just use Nigeria, must have something to do with spirituality. It is coming from this, maybe from your forefather's house or from your foremother's house. So I didn't want to go into that. I just had to cut her short. I was just like, everything is now easy. If it's not coming the natural way, maybe I would go for IVF and that is it. And this woman was like, hey, what did you just say? IVF. She now asks, I hope you are still a Catholic. I said, no, I'm an Anglican. The woman then said, Protestants. That is what they call Anglicans in the East. That is what they even called Anglicans back in the day. The other time when I was watching Reign, the series, that's what they called Anglicans, Protestants. So she was like, oh, so you want to consider IVF? You don't know that it is a sin. Guys, I was in shock when she said it is a sin, but I wanted to know more. I wanted to understand where she was coming from. I said, Auntie, IVF is not a sin. That is an easy way to help women who are battling with infertility to, you know, carry their babies. What do you mean? And the woman went ahead to tell me that the God that created you, that said you should have babies, do you think he doesn't have sense? Why do you think you are going to outsmart God by going for IVF? Hey! I was in shock. I couldn't believe what this woman was saying. I just had to cut everything short and go home. But when I got home, I couldn't rest. I decided to search on YouTube and I found this YouTube channel. I'm not going to mention the name. It was a Reverend Father and the father was trying to explain about IVF. See, to be honest, he didn't want to come out and say, oh, do not go for IVF, but everything I understood from that video is that you shouldn't go for IVF. And she said almost the same thing that this woman said about outsmarting God. You know, the God that you are serving, he knows what you want and is going to give it to you at the right time. I kept on asking myself one question when I was watching that video: what if I'm in my late 40s or in my early 50s and I want to have babies? Then I shouldn't go for IVF because I don't want to outsmart God. And what are these people saying? Is it not God that created doctors? Like, if God wanted to heal us by himself, he should be doing that. He should be coming to heal you when you are sick. But he made it possible for people to go to school, go into medical school, succeed, come out and heal. It is still God that is doing all those things. He shouldn't come down here and do it by himself. That is why Jesus needed his apostles and they worked with him. I'm not saying that miracles can't happen. You can still go to hospital when you are sick. That is what you're supposed to do. Those of us who are battling with infertility, going for IVF is just like going to the hospital when you are sick, because you're going there to get solution. And that is exactly what we are getting. I don't know why people are trying to say that IVF is a sin. For me, it is not a sin, and it can never be a sin in my eyes. The major reason why I've not considered IVF is because, one, I'm still in my 20s. I'm going to turn 30 this year. So my age is still okay. I've not, maybe if I'm in my middle 30s or in my early 40s, I wouldn't even think twice of IVF right now. So the major reason is that age is still on my side. Once I don't have that one, I'm going for IVF immediately, but age is still on my side, and I believe that it's still going to happen naturally. Like I'm still giving myself some years, even though I want to have my kids very early so we would grow up together. Since that is not happening naturally, I will still consider IVF, but for now I'm still a baby, okay? I'm not even in my 30s yet, and I strongly believe that I should still go to hospital, work with fertility specialists. If it happens naturally, fine. If it doesn't, then IVF is the next solution. Nobody is going to tell me anything about IVF being a sin. Please, I don't believe in all that crap. I don't even know how you people that say they have sense, like everything is complete, see IVF as a sin. I don't even get it. Like, your senses are not okay if you're talking to me like that. That is it for me. And the second reason why I've not considered IVF, we have a project at hand, guys. It's sucking, it's using straw to draw our money, so that one is dealing with me now, so I can't leave that one and move over to IVF. That is because age is still on my side, okay? If I'm in my middle 30s or late 30s, I would even abandon the project and go for IVF. But for now, I'm still okay, so we can still manage till we are done with what we are doing. And the third reason why I've not gone for IVF is because I still believe that my journey with the fertility specialist is going to work. That is only a matter of time before I carry my miracle. That is it. I hope you learned something from this video. And if you are a TTC mom and somebody out there is trying to convince you that IVF is a sin, please don't listen to that person. Don't, I'm begging you. It is not a sin, okay? Just see it as you're going to doctor to get solution to your problems. It is still a doctor. It's just like going to the hospital when you are sick. Okay, so don't listen to anybody trying to tell you, oh, IVF is a sin, this one this, that one that. Please, they don't have sense. Just see them as people without sense. I just hope that TTC moms understand where I'm coming from and decide to go for IVF if you can afford it. Go for it. It is not a sin. It is not. Even the ones that are telling you it is a sin, they are committing worse sins, but they would not talk about it because nobody knows about it, okay? So even if you see it as a sin, commit that sin, carry your baby, enter your house. Nobody is going to beat you. On the last day, we will go and meet God and we would answer for the things we did. That is it, okay? So I'm going to end it here. If you are new here, thank you so much once again, but please don't make it your last. Like I said, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and hit the notification bell so you'll be notified anytime I post a new video. To my returning subscribers, I'm going to see you guys in my next one. Bye.